the simplest version of something, right? Like some of the, I know even what is there? There's Naval's razor too. I think that's a new one of actually I forget what it is, but there's all these interesting ways to break concepts down and make them, either super simple or the way that you can understand them to actually affect change in your life. Because just knowing something, learning a definition isn't important. But if you're able to like describe it to yourself and use it in your life, and it becomes meaningful to you, that's where the wisdom part comes
from. Found an isomorphism between the model and the structure in reality. That's like what you want. That's what an analogy is. You've transcended.
Yes, I love that definition of analogy. Yes. Okay, question from Cryptographics. Mental models are frameworks for perception. I'll let you take. I know my definition, but I'll let you take.
Mental models are frameworks for perception. I don't know. Is that what the question is?
Well, I guess he's trying to understand what are mental models. I guess I would say the definition to me is just like a way to understand the world, like compound interest,
just like game theory. Mental model is just an idea. It's just like a way to package something that, like package leverageable wisdom. It's not like a rule for anything. It's just a rule. It's like just supposed to be part of your intuition. It's like a semantic structure, essentially, for how the world operates. And you usually see like a mental model in multiple systems. They're analogous behaviors.
I was reading a book recently, Super Thinking, which I've been telling people about, and it's literally called Super Thinking, the Big Book of Mental Models. And I have the audiobook I listen to when I'm driving, and it is just fantastic. It goes through it's got to go through 100, 150 different ones with examples, explains about them and stuff. It's just super good for you to learn these things. Let's see. Got a question from Finn Bear before we go into game theory. Go to the game theory soon. Do you have any insights how AI learns creatively? I've seen pictures they create. They seem horrible.
That's so funny because recently I have been working with Midjourney bot to create some of my own art or generate some of my own art. I don't know if I would call it art, but they are really good for extracting kind of like aesthetics from your mind when you're imagining something. You can kind of like see how the bot would do it, and if it's not close, you like kind of change the semantic structure of the sentence you entered, and you can see if you can get closer. But it does help to kind of like pull those visual ideas out, which help you get closer to what you were imagining. How they learn creativity, they have to be like coded with decision-making processes. And there has to be like some sort of, why can't I think of the word, like partition of data that they draw from, whether it's like just all the pictures that have ever been posted on the internet with words attached to them. So they have to have some kind of thing to pull from and like a way to replicate the structures within that image based on like the words that are used to describe them. They can't really learn to be creative. They can only like make the same decision-making processes, or we can change those processes based on like how the partition of data like tells us to change it, essentially. So example, on Midjourney bot, they have like on their website, you can like rate the pictures that came out, and that's like how they'll fine tune the tech on their end. But also you have to be kind of good at, you have to be good at like describing what you want, but also sometimes it surprises you and it's like, oh, that's really cool what it comes up with. And I actually find some of the like weird oddities that they create, like somewhat endearing. Maybe I'm just like a weird AI person, but I find it like kind of cute. I know they seem somehow horrible to Finbear, but yeah, some of them can be really bad, but they're like funny in a way.
Well, the craziest one that I've come across is they can generate people. Like these people don't exist, but they'll generate like a face of a person that doesn't exist. I'm like, and
it's so funny because blows my mind. If you look at the image has like different levels of literacy. When you just glance at it, it's like a beautiful image of like a goddess. Like I'll see people like creating these amazing goddesses. But then when you look a little bit closer, it's like things are kind of off a little bit. like
Yeah.
features or
Yeah.
something misplaced, and like, but I mean, there's like a variety of beauty in the real world, and I don't know, I kind of like it. But they're awesome. You can like work in the styles of other artists, or synthesize art styles, and just really going to depend on. I mean, the potential for them are obviously going to depend on like what the individual is willing to create out of it. So